Hello folks, this is number one AAA Racing Academy with a little truck introduction on Suzuka. This is for our members doing the Super Mixed League, and this is mostly for those who are new in game or haven't been on the track before, or so it's nothing advanced, just a few small advice to find a way around the track easier. So I'm going to do T1 when we come back, one lap around, so we get the right approach. So the S combination here on the backside, it is a left, a right, a left and a right. 4 turns. And you need to position yourself a little bit to the right, of course, and here you can pretty much just work the throttle to get in right here. And what you need to think of is that when you've been through the first left-hander here, that you don't glide out too far to the right, because then your entry into the right-hander will be off. You need to be mid-track around here to get a good line into the right-hander. Then staying tight in all these corners is very important. Exiting also not too far out to the left here, so that you have a good line into the left-hander. And very, very, very tight. Same thing here, don't glide too far out to on the right side. And on the right-hander also staying tight. In this S combination is more or less just keeping the largest possible radius and keeping the speed up. Exiting the last one here, don't go out too far to the left as well. You need a good line into the left-hander going up the hill. And this one, you will apex around here, and you will come over to this side, and it's a little bit blind over the crest here, so be aware so you don't glide out to get too far to the right. And fourth gear you will be into here, at least in the Solstice, I think in the Mazda as well. And you have a marker here, a 100 marker, and next coming up is the 50 marker. And here braking, well, in between 50 and the 100 marker is good to start with, and then you of course can moderate that, and the Mazda drivers will move that a little bit forward. I think the brakes is a little bit better than the Solstice. And here braking, releasing, getting a little bit of a twitch, cutting this corner a little bit, and then you will have a little bit of a four-wheel slide out and end up here. And for this right-hander coming up, you need to be on the brake quite early. It's very easy to try to brake late, but this one is tighter than it looks like. So on brakes here, and downshifting, and then turning in and going on throttle early. You see it's a banking here, it goes a little bit downwards and it is a banking at the same time. So here you can go on throttle. It's a little bit like the second last corner of Laguna Seca, but this one turns a little bit more, of course, it's a little bit sharper, but it's a little bit the same thing. You can be pushing quite hard all through the bend from here, third gear, and try to make it a habit not to get out too far out on the left side. You will get off tracks if you get further and further. And this fast right-hander here, try to focus on getting an apex on the very late, something up like this, because you need to be here a straight line for your braking. If you're a little bit off here, not braking in a straight line, it's very easy to lose the rear end, at least on the Solstice. But I always recommend, of course, anyway, to be in a straight line while braking. So you just saw here I passed the curb here. There, you see the end of the curve there. That is a good marker to keep an eye on. When you're new on track, start braking there and move your way further with a later braking point perhaps, but start by braking there. Works good. Aiming in the middle of the track, downshifting here to third, and start doing this turn in third gear, and make a turning point and an apex so that you can go on throttle early, third gear on from here, accelerating. So the car is more stable if you do it in third gear. Once you get to know the corner well, you can start using other gears, whatever one you want, of course. But third gear makes it a little bit easier if you are losing the rear end there. So here on the right side, there is little road coming out from the right side here. This is what I use as a brake marker. With the Solstice I start braking a little bit before it. With the Mazda I start braking a little bit after it. But find what works for you. And this corner is, it feels like it is a long corner, but it's actually two corners. So hard on brakes here and start turning in. And when you come to around here, if you brake early enough, you can start accelerating here again to about up to here, and then you meet the curb here on the outside, and you start braking. And when you come to the end of the curb here, you need to start turning in, maybe a little bit after that. If you start turning in before the end of that curb, you will apex a little bit too early, and if you apex early, you will overshoot and end up in the sand trap on the other side. So you want to get a little bit on the back side like this, then accelerating out. So this fast left-hander coming up, it's very easy to, when you come here in full speed and you're gonna hit the brakes, that you brake a little bit too hard, so your speed is too low through the fast left-hander, or you brake a little bit, you don't brake enough, so you go too fast and you overshoot. So what I do is I use the lift-off technique that I talk about very often. You lose a little bit going in, but you will be very consistent, and it's easy to get exactly the same speed lap after lap after lap, and you'll get a higher exit speed for sure. You have a 200 marker here. You can start by lifting off there in whatever gear you're in and coasting. If that doesn't, if you're going too slow, which you will, then you can start lifting off where the tarmac starts going darker here from the braking, and then you can move up to here, and then you can move to here, and so on until you find a lift-off point that works for you. And the idea is that you should have a lift-off point so that you can turn in, make a little twitch, and go on throttle again, so that you are accelerating through here. Then you have a sign coming up here. Is that a 150 meter marker, or what is it? 150, yes. And then you have this 100 meter marker, and that 100 meter marker is where I brake there. And to get through this chicane here, you must make a turn in so that you are far to the right when you get through the first part. That is late apex. In this way you will be lined up for the second part of the chicane, and you can start going on throttle here, probably in third gear. And if you're in a higher gear, you can go on throttle earlier, and you can apply more throttle because you're not going to lose the rear end so easily. And back on the starting straight here. So now a braking marker for T1, and one that works for me is let's see, here on the left side there is a little sand patch. Right next to it there is a red paint on the fence, or whatever you call it, but this sand patch here is easy to spot. This is where I hit the brakes. And this is also a two-stage corner. You're hard on brakes here, and you're lifting off a little bit because you need to turn as you're braking. And around here you lift off, and you're working, feathering the brake and feathering the throttle. And then when you come here, you need to be hard on brakes again. And then turning in, and here feathering the throttle again to get around the corner. This one is a tricky one, no doubt about it. I will try to do this from the start with a little bit of speed. So maybe that will help. You can also have a look, keep an eye on the pedal indicators in the bottom left corner, give you an idea what I'm doing. I am no alien by any means. I'm a mid-pack runner, so don't expect fantastic hot lap here, because it's not going to happen. Coming down the straight, positioning to the left, looking for the sand patch. There it is. And out to the right side, preparing for the left-hander, exiting this one in the middle, going straight into the next one, and the next one. That was not a good line. Right between the 50 and the 100 marker. Braking early. Going on throttle early. Braking after the curb ends there. Down to third. It's not the fastest, but it's safe. As you can see, I lose in the exit, but well, it's good to start with that, then work your way from there when you're more used to handling the car in that corner. And here we're waiting for the road that comes out from the right side. There it is. And then on throttle again. And braking. Turning in with curb ends. On throttle again. And here I'm going to lift off where the dark area of the track starts. There it's coming, and lift, turning in on throttle all through the corner, gives a good exit, braking at the second marker there, late apex in the first part, on throttle. So, start practicing making it smooth and nice until you know the track, and I hope this helped a little bit to find your way around the track, and good luck in the races. Over and out.